Welcome to Let's Talk Ag. I'm your host, Sarah Oliver, and today we will be spending 5 minutes in Germany. Germany is a European country home to approximately 82.5 million people. There are nearly 30 million acres of arable land in Germany, in comparison to the United States' 431 million. This means that approximately 85% of Germany's land is used for agricultural use. How incredible is that? Over the last 70 years, the number of farms has decreased dramatically, but the average farmer can produce enough food to feed 100 people. Today, we have with us three very special guests. Danny Nadler is a German trade specialist, Randy Brueggemann is an agricultural economist, and Caleb Ruther is a local German farmer. Danny, could you tell me a little bit about agricultural trade in Germany?
Of course. First, I'd like to start with some of Germany's imports and exports. Approximately 84% of imports actually originate from the European Union member states, Brazil, the United States, and China. Of those imports, the top 5 ag imports as of 2017, according to monetary value, were dairy products, forest products, fresh fruit, fish products, and fresh vegetables. Overall, the top 5 ag product exports as of 2017, also under monetary value, were, once again, dairy products and forest products, food preps and miscellaneous beverage, pork and pork products, and chocolate and cocoa products. Once again, you can see that dairy and forest products are once again in the top 2, but they're different in that they're being raw and or processed products. And also many of these are exported to the Netherlands, the United States, France, Italy, and the United Kingdom. As far as trade goes with the United States, here's the data that we have. From the top 5 U.S. ag imports from Germany as of 2018, the top 5 were snack foods, soft wood and treated lumber, live animals, wine and beer, and panel products such as plywood. The top 5 U.S. ag exports to Germany as of 2018 were tree nuts, soybeans, fish products, distilled spirits, and forest products.
Thank you. Next, we move to our ag economist, Randy. So Randy, tell me just how important is agriculture in Germany's economy?
Actually, agriculture is a really important role in Germany's economy. So, as 80% of German land is used for agricultural production, in 2015, Germany had an agricultural output of about $58 billion. Despite the fact that the number of farms has decreased over the last century, the productivity of Germany's agriculture has skyrocketed. In 1950, one farm worker could only feed about 10 people. As of 1996, one farmer could feed over 100.
Okay, so can you break down the employment for me, please?
Absolutely. Agriculture production employs about 1.4% of the German labor force. This accounts for about 0.7% of the total GDP. And there's about only 0.35 arable acres of land per person.
So what are some of Germany's commodities?
The top 5 commodities that Germany produces is milk, pork, beef, wheat, and potatoes.
So what are some ways that Germany and the United States compare as far as food and beverage consumption goes?
Well, actually, we both tend to drink a lot of coffee. So the average American consumes about 4.2 kilograms of coffee per year, whereas the average German consumes about 5.5 kilograms per year. The retail availability of coffee per person in the U.S. is 7.8 kilograms, and it is 13.2 kilograms per person in Germany.
Now we will hear from a true German farmer. So Caleb, tell me a little bit more about your farm.
So my farm is a rather large family farm in Germany. We have about 1,000 acres where we raise a few beef cattle, have one milk cow just for our family, and we have a fair to finish hog operation. We also raise our own corn to feed our animals and wheat.
So what does your average day look like?
My average day, well, I typically wake up around 5:30, have a nice cup of coffee and a breakfast. From there, I probably go take care of the cows typically, making sure they have their hay for the day, their waters are running right, and from there, I typically go to the hog barns, make sure that everybody's alive, nobody's sick or anything, make sure that their feeders and waters are running properly, and after that, depending on how dirty I end up getting there, I go take care of our milk cow Betsy. Once I finish milking her and processing the milk, I'll go and either do maintenance on the farm or work the land for our crop production.
So what are some challenges you face with your farm?
Probably the biggest challenge that we face on our farm, like many farmers, is the weather, because the weather is rather unpredictable, and trying to compensate for days that we can't work because it's bad weather, whatever, is probably where we lose a lot of our time. Another large challenge we face would be the unstable market for our products, because depending on when you sell, you either get a higher or lower price for your product. And that can make a big difference in just our budgeting for a year or the future. The third, probably biggest thing we face is a lot of the German ag sector is going to industrial ag, which is forcing out a lot of the smaller producers because they can't keep up with the large scale operations.
Absolutely. So where do you see the future of Germany's agriculture going?
The future of German agriculture, I probably see it going to more of a genetic-based future, to where if you don't have the top genes in your either like your livestock or your crops, you probably won't last very long or won't do very well in Germany's ag sector. I say this because I feel like the markets probably value the higher quality goods which you can get through genetics, and so if you don't have those higher quality goods, you probably will take a market or decrease in your market price, and so that might force the smaller producers out too.
Fascinating. Well, it looks like we're out of time. Thank you all for coming today, and we hope you enjoyed your 5 minutes in Germany.